Hey guys, Dave Bags here, and before I get into the video, you guys are probably wondering, why do I wear a paper bag on my head? Well, if you go down to the description below, you'll find a link that says, why do I wear a paper bag? Click on it, and it's going to explain everything in full detail. Now, today I want to talk about Colin Kaepernick, and for some of you, you're probably saying, who's Colin Kaepernick? Well, he used to play in the NFL for the San Francisco 49ers, okay? And what he did last year on numerous occasions is while the national anthem was playing and while the rest of his team was standing and facing the flag, Colin Kaepernick decided he was going to protest social injustice by kneeling and not standing for the flag. And it angered a lot of people. It did. But I got news for you. It's his right. It's his right to do that. You know, he can do that if he wants to. But I'm going to tell you why it's wrong. Because that is his right. That's his freedom of expression. He's expressing his feelings, right? He's expressing his feelings because of social injustice. Because that's what Colin Kaepernick feels. He's expressing his freedom of expression. Am I right? In the United States of America, he has that right. Well, let me talk about my rights. I also have rights. I have freedom of expression. I can walk up to somebody on the street right now and I can stick my middle finger right in their face and express my hate towards them, right? I can do that. It's my right. It's my right to do that. I can walk up to a black person, okay, and I can go, hey, buddy, and then shout out the N-word. It's my freedom of speech. It's my right. I can do that. I can walk into my boss's office and I can go in there and I can tell him to stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Of course, add a few expletives, right? It's my right. It's my freedom of speech and expression, right? But is it the right thing to do? Any of those things? No, not any of those things. I'm not going to go up to a black person and call them the N-word. It's not the right thing to do. I'm not going to go up to some stranger and stick my middle finger in their face. It's not the right thing to do. And I'm not going to go to my boss and tell him to stick it where the sun doesn't shine because it's not the right thing to do. I guess if I wanted to quit my job, I can do it. But generally speaking, it's not right. But those are my rights. I can do it though, right? Right? Of course. Just like Colin Kaepernick, it's his right. But is it right? No, I don't think it's right. But nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. Anytime somebody goes against Colin Kaepernick and his freedom of expression, they say, oh, well, that's his right. He can do that. And you're right. He absolutely can. But here's where this whole thing doesn't make any sense. He's not standing for the national anthem. He's not standing for the flag because of social injustices that have occurred against black people from specific cops. And believe me, this stuff does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does. But that's what he's angry about. And I suppose I can't blame him. Nobody wants to see violence towards anybody of any race, but that's what he's expressing, his social injustice for white cops beating black teenagers and black people, all right? But to me, it's not right for him to do that because, number one, the American flag does not represent social injustice. The national anthem does not represent social injustice. The national anthem and the flag go hand in hand. They represent freedom. They represent the brave men and women of all shapes and sizes and colors and creeds and religions who have fought for this country since this country was established in 1776 on, fighting for this country, preserving the freedoms, preserving Colin Kaepernick's freedom of expression, which he has the right to profess and to express. But it's not right. Because he's not doing it for the right reasons. He's basically saying that the flag and the national anthem, the song, is the face in which he is to express his frustration. The flag doesn't represent that, okay? And neither does the song, the national anthem. It would be like me being in the Army again, okay? I'm in the Army. I was in the Army. I'm a veteran. But it would be like me being in the Army and having one guy out of 10,000 troops, one guy decides to walk into a mosque and he starts opening fire on innocent women and children. Does that one guy represent the Army? No. That guy doesn't represent the army. He doesn't represent me. He doesn't represent the 10,000 good soldiers that represent the United States military. So why in the hell does Colin Kaepernick think it's okay to sit or kneel for the national anthem when it's being played and not stand and face the flag that represents the freedoms he has based on the men and women of all shapes, sizes, and colors that have provided him those freedoms? Why does he see it fit that he can sit or kneel for the national anthem when it does not represent the social injustices that he's talking about and the social injustices that he's referring to? You want to know why? Because he's on the stage and he's a professional football player, and it's because it's about race. If it wasn't about race, nobody would be protecting Colin Kaepernick. Every radio host, every television host comes out and says that's Colin Kaepernick's right to do so. But they won't talk about what the flag represents. They won't talk about what the national anthem represents. They won't talk about the real issue. The real issue is not him protesting at a football game because of a social injustice. It's because, and I'm here saying it first, he's doing it against something that has nothing to do with those social injustices. Get that through your heads, America. The flag, the red, white, and blue, does not represent a white cop's baton hitting a black man on the head. The national anthem, the song, listen to the words, the lyrics. You'll find no word, lyric, or rhyme or reason in that song that says, God bless America, or oh, say, can you see? Let's beat a black man on the head with a stick. You don't hear that. You don't hear that. You don't. Because the song represents all that is good. The song represents opportunity. The flag represents all that is good. The flag represents opportunity. It represents the culmination of people that migrated here legally to become American citizens, to become this big melting pot called the United States of America, formed of people of different religions and races and colors, no matter if you're white, black, Spanish, Italian, Indian, it doesn't matter. It represents all that is good amongst those people. It represents everything that is good amongst the actions of those people. It represents all that is good about the country of the United States, which is opportunity, the American dream, to have the freedom to walk down the street and not have people judge you for who you are or put you in jail because you decided to take your veil down, okay? We have freedoms to do that. We have opportunities to do that. We can do those things because of the people that have fought for this country. And Colin Kaepernick, I hope you don't get a job. I hope that you realize that you kneeled for the national anthem. You kneeled for the flag, and it has nothing to do with what you're angry about. It would be like me wanting to go ahead and protest Ford, but I ended up going to the Nissan dealership instead with a sign protesting Ford, and all of a sudden the owner of Nissan comes out and goes, dude, what are you doing? I'm expressing my freedom of expression by protesting Ford. Yeah, but this is the Nissan dealer. Oh, yeah, but I'm still going to do it, and I'm going to have America behind me. That's what's happening here. He's expressing his freedoms. He's expressing his social injustice that has nothing to do with the flag or standing for the national anthem. The national anthem and the flag, I've said it 4, 5, 6 times, have nothing to do with it. Get it through your head, Colin Kaepernick. I do hope you don't get a job because, quite frankly, I don't like you and I don't like your actions, and nobody else but me, Dave Baggs, has the balls to call it like it is because everybody else out there for ESPN and Fox are afraid to lose their job. This doesn't affect me. For all of you that don't agree with this video, serve your country. Put the boots on, stand up, put your shoulders back, and move forward and carry on. And tell me if this doesn't offend you. A man not standing for the flag and the national anthem because he's protesting a social injustice that has nothing to do with the flag or the national anthem. I'm Dave Baggs, and I'm out of here.